That's a kick out at 2.
All right,
It works
everybody.
on
It's
Brian.
yeah, Brian. We're waiting on Brian, of course, but we're here. It's kick out at 2. It's Sports Talk with Gary. I'm Nick. I'm joined here with Gary and Noah, back by popular demand, and we're waiting on Brian because we're always waiting on Brian. Gary, you don't have any good waiting on Brian stories, do you? Or are there too many to recount?
There's too many.
So many.
There's too
So many. So,
Too many.
all right, it's partially my fault. I don't want him to go back and listen to this. It's partially my fault because I'm down in Ocean City, New Jersey at Mother's Boardwalk beachfront property where she rents. We rent. We're not them. We rent every year. And by we, I mean my parents rent it every year, and we all mooch off of them. And it is a gorgeous day down here. So when Brian gets here, we'll hit the ground running. But there's a lot to talk to today. I didn't think we had a lot to talk to, but Eagles training camp is happening, and the season is very quickly approaching. And I know you've got a lot of thoughts. I know we got to talk about some injuries. I know we got to talk about these rookies coming in. Guy, where do you want to start? What's number one on your priority list here?
Well, look, we're so excited that training camp starts, right? Because that kind of symbolizes back to football. But what I want to start with, Nick, here is really the headliner of the week for them, which is the Jalen Carter extension. Right. So as I pretty much said since they lost that game to the 49ers, the number one thing that they wanted to get done this offseason, their top priority on that list was Jalen Carter and get him extended. And we knew that was going to be a lot of money and there was, risk involved there.
Absolutely.
But the bottom line is, when the Eagles draft players, really good players, really productive players, very, very talented players, they don't get rid of them. And they don't win a Super Bowl without Jalen Carter. And who knows, they would have maybe beat the Chiefs the first time, Nick, if they had Jalen Carter. Unfortunately, he was still playing at Georgia that year, right? So, but he even saved, in my opinion, he saved that game against the Rams in the snow in the playoff
absolutely.
run.
Absolutely.
With the pressure he put on Stafford in the final drive, we all remember, right?
Yeah.
So you get Jalen Carter signed to an extension. He's now an Eagle, I believe, until 2031. It's a lot of money invested.
Wait a minute.
And they've also invested in
2031. That's not a real year.
Yes.
Oh my God.
2031.
Oh my God. Oh, we're getting so old. We start talking about years. I'm like, that can't. Am I still going to be alive for that?
I mean, Nick, if you want to talk about being old, just really quick, do you remember the Eagles running back? Obviously, he was on the first Super Bowl winning team for the Eagles. Remember LeGarrette Blount?
Yes.
Well, his son, LeGarrette Blount Jr., is now one of the top high school seniors coming up. I believe a high school running back.
Oh my God!
And he needs to commit to a school, and his final two choices are either Oregon or Ohio State for LeGarrette Blount Jr.
Ooh.
Talk about being old.
Yeah, well, I mean, you see a lot of that, right? Because you had Marvin Harrison Jr. is out. Where's he out in Arizona?
Yes.
And I mean, I guess we're going to start seeing a lot of this because that's the culture of football. Is your dad plays football, you play football, and if your dad's insanely talented,
Eagles, the Eagles have one on their roster right now, Nick Jeremiah Trotter Jr.
Correct.
Right.
Yep. Absolutely.
So,
So yeah,
look,
you definitely
they signed.
You had it right. You had Jalen Carter pegged for this extension.
Yes. Now, what this means is now you got Jalen Carter locked up to big money, which I get it. Again, he won a Super Bowl with this guy, and he's worth the investment, and the Eagles put in their time there. As you mentioned, Nick, at one point you thought he could have been trade bait. I know you were worried about the shoulder. I think the big thing with this extension is they're okay long term with the shoulder. They think they're going to get the bang for their buck with Jalen Carter. So he's an Eagle. It's a good thing for the Eagles. I do find it interesting that Jordan Davis is also extended, which is good. So you have those two guys locked up. Usually what they do is they'll invest heavily in a D tackle and a D end. But they love both of those guys. And then next off season, you're gonna have Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, and I think Jalen Hunt is going to get an extension next offseason. Just for those listening to this podcast, even if the Eagles wanted to try to extend those guys right now, they couldn't. Like, you can't do that until next offseason. So they won't get extended this offseason. It'll be next offseason. I think the Eagles will be pretty quiet the rest of this offseason in training camp. I don't think you're going to really see any notable extensions. I think they're getting ready for next offseason and what that's going to look like with Quinyon Mitchell, with Cooper DeJean, Jalen Hunt, and then keep an eye with the Patriots with their situation at corner with Gonzalez, I believe, because he's expected to get an extension. So I want to see what he signs for, because that's going to impact the Quinyon Mitchell contract talks, obviously. But that'll get done next offseason.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think...
And then what this doesn't mean, the last thing I'll say is what this doesn't mean, I hate to say this, and Fangio, the D coordinator, Fangio joked about this, about, let's get Moro Ajomo extended, right? That's not going to happen. Like, this is basically a Milton Williams situation 2.0. So we want Ajomo to ball out. And then, he'll get a big contract next off season.
Yeah.
And then you'll get maybe a 3rd round draft pick for him. You'll get draft compensation. But this pretty much seals the book. This will be Moro Ajomo's last season coming up in Philadelphia. Enjoy it. And that's what this Jalen Carter extension did.
Well, let me ask you this. Obviously your D tackles and D ends, they're the big money positions on a defense. So are we all that concerned about Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean coming up next year, or Jalen Hunt? Like, how concerned are we cap space wise for those 3 guys?
When it comes to the cap, I have no concerns, because you got Howie Roseman. He finds a way, and
right.
Even if it's kicking the can down the road, no, I'm not worried. I mean, Mitchell, barring something crazy, Mitchell and DeJean will get extended, but that's certainly going to happen. I do believe Jalen Hunt's going to get extended. Now you are going to lose some people, like you're going to lose Moro Ajomo. You could potentially even lose Nolan Smith, but we got time on that contract. Those guys will get extended. DeJean will get extended. Mitchell will get extended. I still say he's going to get extended next offseason, but we'll see this season. It's a big year for him. But what you're going to see is, Noah's favorite player, Saquon Barkley. Right now, you have a lot of money built into that offense.
Mm-hmm.
And now over time, you're going to see that money, I think, go to the defense. And, you're going to see that offense potentially become cheaper, right? Like you've already seen
younger,
it with Kyle Lemon,
cheaper.
1st round draft.
Yeah.
So I think I think your defense is going to get expensive now, and then your offense will get a little cheaper.
All right. What is your concern level as you pump more and more money into your defense? What is your concern level on keeping your franchise quarterback for his next contract?
Well, this might be the biggest offseason or the biggest season of Jalen Hurts' career. I mean, I don't think they're in any hurry to sign him to an extension. And there hasn't been any rumblings of him even wanting an extension right now. And I don't think they should give him one right now. Let's see what he does this season in the Mannion offense. Let's see how good he is. They're in no hurry to sign him right now. And I will give Jalen Hurts credit. I'll give Jalen Hurts credit that he's not making any waves whatsoever. He knows it's a big year, it seems like, and he's just putting, the nose to the grindstone and, back to work, getting ready to work. And he, to me, looks a lot thinner. It looks like he lost some weight. He looks quicker. And, we'll see when the season starts, but he looks pretty good.
Hold on, Gary. Gary, here goes my brother, Eric. He's taken all this stuff to the beach, all these chairs, a cart, umbrella, all this stuff. He's by himself. Now, he knows I'm sitting out here. He does it anyway. There he goes. All right, Eric. Have a nice walk. Well, I'll see you down at the beach, buddy. All right, I'll meet you down there. Let me know if you need me to bring anything.
You're just talking to me.
He
But
takes.
I'll actually say that. I'll say this. I'll even throw it over to Noah here. No, like what do you want to see out of the Eagles offense this year? Because
Yeah,
it just
Noah, let's
wasn't
hear
good
it.
last year.
I mean, they put a lot of money on the offense, I think, these past few years, and I don't think they've really thought about the defense. I mean, yeah, they got some good defenders this draft, and I think this offense, like, with Hurts being a lot quicker and his legs being more powerful, like,
Supposedly, he's gonna
Yeah.
be supposedly
Well, yeah.
quicker because he trimmed down.
Mhm. So I think more of Hurts's RPOs are going to be a run, first of all. And, like, again, you have Brown on the Patriots. So you're like, okay, yeah, you got Smith. Like, who else do you have? Because, like, you don't have Dotson. Dotson's washed this year. And,
Well, he's not even on the roster.
yeah, I know, because he's washed. So, like, Smith is, like, the only good option for Hurts.
But I think Nick, I think that's a great talking point here, right? That he just hit on. Noah just hit on. You know, Smith is the number one. Smith's a really, really good receiver, right?
Yeah.
And the biggest question to this Eagles offense is, you know, obviously you need the quarterback to play well. Obviously, how's the offensive line going to be? But really, who's going to step up at that number 2 receiver spot, right? So, like,
Right.
when Smith gets double teamed or when he gets taken out of the game, who's gonna step up and be that guy? Is it the rookie in Mekhi Lemon, who supposedly has really good hands and could work that middle of the field?
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to be, you know, the guy that Sean Mannion knows a lot about in Green Bay with Dontavian Wicks? Now, he's really popped in training camp, right? Noah will even say it's one thing to look good in training camp, is another thing to look good in the game, right?
Of course.
But could it be Wicks? And then one of the guys, Nick, that I think you're kind of intrigued about is Hollywood Brown, right? Like the
Correct.
speedster. So what is he going to give you over the top? And then we're going to get into this a little more. I want to talk about their second round pick, Eli Sowers, a little bit. But to Noah's point, Devontae Smith is great. Devontae Smith caught a touchdown in a Super Bowl. Devontae Smith's played in 2 Super Bowls. He's a great receiver, right? They need him. But to go where they want to go, who's going to step up and be that number 2? And that's the question that they need to. Hopefully, they'll figure out at some point early, or at some point this season.
I feel like the departure of AJ Brown puts so much attention on your receiving core and the passing part of this offense that I think everybody isn't paying attention to the run game and to the running part of the RPO. That, you know, if you look at this team with any kind of football mind, you look at an offensive line that's getting older. You look at a quarterback who's capable of running outside the pocket, scrambling and making moves that is powerful, like Noah says, right? That he can make things happen on his feet. I think you're going to see way more Saquon Barkley, Tank Bigsby, and Jalen Hurts running out of that backfield behind an offensive line. It's always easier for an offensive line to move forward than to move back.
Right.
So running plays are easier on your offensive line. They're easier for an older offensive line to move forward and to assert their dominance, especially big guys like you have on each end, right, with Johnson and Mailata. So I think you're going to see a lot more runs than people expect. And like Noah said, that run part of the RPO is going to be big for this offense again. And all that's going to do is open up the field. And when you have your receivers out there, you have guys staying down in the box to contend with Jalen Hurts running. You can then have Hollywood Brown going off the top. You can have Devontae Smith across the middle. You have tight end weapons. And I think that's partially why they didn't really invest in the tight end position too much, because they know that's not. I don't think your tight ends are going to be a big part of your passing offense.
Well, I and here's the thing too, Nick. Like, so far, and again, it's training camp, right? It's kind of like the dating process, right? You go out with a girl a couple times, you guys hit it off, and you know everything is just fantastic, right? Now, again, talk down the road and see how it's going. But all the players from Hurts to Smith to Mulata to John, they're all glowing right now about Sean Mannion and this new offense and how it's just different and new and just like explosive. And so I do think there's truth to that. I think there's a lot of um they are excited, and I'm very excited. I think as Eagles fans, we're all excited to see what he could bring to this offense, and
Yeah.
because it's going to have a huge impact on their season. But to your point, Nick, they're going to get back to running the football. They want to get back to running the football, and I'm really excited to get Hurts under center. And we'll see. We're gonna see more of that, and we're gonna see play action, which I think is gonna help your running game.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to look different. Now, what Noah said with the defense, see, they spent all these draft picks on defense over the years, and the good thing is it's panned out, right? So now you got to pay the bill for that, and you got to give these extensions out, right? Which is a good thing because you're going to be dependent on this defense at least early in the year until the offense comes to speed. Now, I'll throw this to Noah and then throw it to you, Nick. I think the defense needs to lead this team, especially early. I think they'll be good. But Noah, how many points ideally do you want this offense to score, to get a win every Sunday?
I mean,
What's the expectation?
now,
They're not going to score 50 a week, but what's your expectation?
yeah, I know that. I think probably my expectations probably I would want them to get 20, maybe 35 few games, but I think they might get 21, maybe 17 with a field goal. But they could get high. They just gotta lock in and play their game. All they gotta do.
I mean, go ahead, Nick.
So the cool part is that you have a new OC, right? So you're basically running a brand new offense. They don't have tape on it. So your first couple of games could end up being pretty high scoring. So you could see in the 30s for a couple of games there until the league catches on, right? Once the league catches on, week 5, week 6, you're talking about, like Noah said, 17, 21. Your defense is capable of keeping teams within those numbers. So if that's the goal, right? The number one rule of football is a team that scores the most points wins. So all they have to do is work with the defense and what the defense gives them. This defense is going to give you good field position. So explosive offense. I like that they are feeling like they're an explosive offense. I need an offense that's going to grind. I need an offense that's going to grind defenses down so that our defense can sit on the sidelines for a minute and not get all banged up and be back on the field constantly, like the 3 and outs.
Right.
And the good part, right, is that after last year, the bar is pretty low for this offense. You know what I mean? It only takes a little bit to be better than they were last year. So I'm with Noah. I'm with Noah on the 17-21, except your first couple of games, I think they can really come out with that bang and take advantage of a couple teams that aren't ready.
Yeah, I just don't want to see 17 every game. You can't have that because that's what you had basically last year, and even less than that, right? Noah and I were at the Broncos game, and they went right down the field on their second drive and hit Dallas Goedert for a 5-yard touchdown to close out the drive, and it was great. And it was awesome. And then basically for the next 5 or 6 drives or more, you basically got nothing.
Yeah.
And then you got one explosive play for a touchdown to Saquon Barkley, and that was pretty much it. Now Hurts missed A.J. Brown on a would have been bomb for a touchdown. But basically it was drive. What was frustrating last year to me, Nick, was they look so good on one drive, they cash in, they score, right? Fly Eagles fly. And then for 6, 7 drives, you'd get absolutely nothing. And it was punt and punt and punt, no points. So but look, they're not going to score every drive. We all know that. No one knows that. But at least give us a touchdown drive, and then maybe 2 drives later we get a field goal, and then maybe another touchdown, or just move the ball. And to your point about grinding it out, Nick, I think you're going to see that. I think again they're going to run the ball, and when they're not running the ball, it's not going to be dink and dunk, but you're going to hit your tight end, you're going to hit Lemon across the field in the middle of the field. They don't have Deshaun Jackson in his prime on this team, right? So I don't think you're going to see 60-yard bombs where we're scoring with one play. Like I think you're going to kind of see a grinded out approach in the running game, spread the ball around in the passing game, and move the ball down the field where hopefully you score touchdowns and you do give your defense a rest.
Well, I certainly hope we're all right on all these things, right? I hope they score more than 17 a game. They have to. You're going to have clunkers in there, of course.
Yeah.
Everybody has a bad day, but we have to see better than we saw last year on the offense, and you have to see consistency on the defense, which I think this defense has shown you they can do. Now, because we lost guys in the offseason, you lost Nakobe Dean, you lost other guys. Like, you can't keep everybody every year, especially when you're a successful franchise. So what are you seeing in training camp from some of these rookies that's got you feeling good?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to take a breath because it is training camp, and you really want to see them in a little bit in preseason and then obviously in the regular season. Like, I remember again, Deshaun Jackson's first preseason game. Like, he only played a quarter, but you could tell he could play. You could tell there's something there. And then I was fortunate enough to be at his first regular season game. But with the rookies, Nick, the one thing I'm a little concerned with, and again, it's only a week of training camp, so I want to give it time. But like, at least from what I'm reading from reporters who cover the team every day, minicamp, training camp, when they're allowed to see everything, is to me the concern is the second round pick, Eli Sowers, out of Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt? I know, yeah, Vanderbilt. Yep. And by the way, he's very close with Jordan Matthews, the former Eagle Jordan Matthews. Jordan Matthews is kind of like a mentor for him. So they drafted him as a tight end.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to work on the blocking, and I think they're going to use him more in that kind of receiver role, and that's fine. Like, that's what I want to see. Now, my concern is, by all accounts, whether it's minicamp, whether it's training camp, and they're not even hitting Nick, it's really just like 7-on-7 or on air when he's going up against these guys. Like, I'm not reading anything about like him making catches or like looking good. You know what I mean? There's nothing where it doesn't seem like the reporters are like getting excited about him. You know what I'm saying? So again, let's see game action and let's see, Mannion's not going to show anything until the games really count. But that to me, I'm a little concerned there because he's a second round pick. He's eventually supposedly going to be Dallas Goedert's replacement. This will probably be Dallas Goedert's last year. And he really hasn't shined or anything to kind of get excited about. Whereas on the flip side, and I know he's not a rookie, but a guy that you're real high on, Nick, a guy that our buddy Steve's real high on, Tank Bigsby.
Yeah,
like
Bigsby.
Tank. I mean, he really played well last year.
Yeah.
At times, I thought he was playing better than Saquon.
Oh,
and
easy
he
killer.
looked real good last year. And they said so far in training camp, he's even looked even better. Like, they're
Yeah.
really, really excited for him. And I know Saquon is Saquon, but like, how many times did Saquon would struggle to get that running game going, and then they bring in Bigsby and he'd get a carry or two and he'd pop one for 10 yards, 15 yards, a little change of pace. So and Tank Bigsby is in a contract year as well. So like, you want him to play well. But he's looked really like he's got some juice, so I'm excited about that. So I'd like to see something out of Eli Sowers. Now, again, first preseason game, maybe they come out with the ones and he scores a touchdown, whatever. But I would hopefully I see more from Sowers moving forward here, because you need contributions out of this rookie class, specifically Sowers, your second round pick, and then obviously Mekhi Lemon, the first round pick, because you don't have AJ Brown anymore. Now, I'll ask this too because again, they're trying to get used to that new coach. The Sirianni to them is a new coach.
Yeah.
And then obviously Sean Mannion is a new coach. So I'll ask Noah. Now, again, Noah plays soccer, other sports, even, flag football, but Noah, how hard is it used to or get ready for like a new coach that you haven't played for yet?
Now, it's really hard because like you don't know his game plan. Like this year in soccer, like our coach, he actually you try out for being a coach and didn't he didn't make the coaching spot. And so we have a new coach, and it's really hard because like you gotta adjust like tactics. So like one coach could have a tactic like a tiki taka, and the other could be like play the through ball or like you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
But Nick, we're gonna see with this new line coach, right? Like different philosophies,
Yes.
right? Like, so Stoutland believed in one thing, and the new line coach is gonna, he's working on another thing. Lane Johnson said it. Like, Lane Johnson has never had to. Lane Johnson's always been basically single blocked, so he's never had to never had help.
Yeah.
Where somebody's helped him. Like that's going to be new this year, and Lane's really looking forward to that and likes it. But so it's with the Eagles, it's going to be at least early on. It's new coaching. They're going to have to get used to it, new system. And that's where I think like we're expecting the defense with a guy like Fangio and with guys on that side of the ball to at least help us out early on. And yeah, Nick, like you make a great point. Like we saw it with, Chip Kelly's first year. Nobody saw that offense. No one was used to it. And the Eagles were lighting up the scoreboard.
Yeah.
But eventually everything comes back down to averages, right? And everything kind of calmed down. And there's going to be games where we win basically because the offense looked really good and the defense looked bad, but we figured out a way to pull it out. There's going to be games where the offense looks bad, like we had against last year against Buffalo, right? Like, but the defense led the way and we pulled it out.
Yeah.
And every year, and it drives me crazy, Nick, there's always a game where the Eagles just absolutely, really, the game that Noah and I were at against the Broncos, the Eagles absolutely dominated. They should have won the game, and then they lost it, whether it's because of too many turnovers or what.
Yeah. I mean, we could say it until we're blue in the face, but if the defense is consistent, you're going to win games. That's the end of it. Even if the offense struggles early on or pops early on and then struggles when the league catches up, if the defense stays consistent, we're in good shape. So as far as training camp goes, I have a guy that I'm loving and I have a guy that I'm concerned about. So
Okay.
I'm going to start with the guy that I love. I've just been watching tons of video of Jalen Hurts at training camp, and I love what I'm looking at. I love it.
Yeah.
I love passes he's making. I love he's throwing the ball a little differently, and it looks like it's a little bit more of a confident throw. And I don't know if it has anything to do with AJ Brown. I don't know if maybe he learned from AJ Brown. Like if I just put it out there, I can trust these guys. Like, is he kind of a day late on that? Yeah, because AJ Brown wanted him to just throw it out there and trust him to bring it in. But it seems like he's starting down that road of I have capable guys out there that I can trust. I'm just going to sling this thing and they're going to make it happen. Now, it doesn't mean be silly and throw it into double coverage or triple coverage, but he looks like he's a little bit more carefree with the football. Like I think he trusts himself and his teammates a little bit more now than he did last year. Again, it probably does have something to do with A.J. Brown going, and that's why A.J. Brown was so upset, because A.J. Brown was already there. He already trusted. He already trusted his QB and himself to get the plays done. So the upside is I think Jalen Hurts looks really good, and he looks happy to be there, which I think is important. In Philadelphia, your quarterbacks have genuinely been emotional characters, right? Donovan McNabb, if he looked like he wasn't having fun, you were going to lose that football game. If he looked like he was enjoying himself, then he's going to go out there with the confidence to sling that rock and make things happen. So I think Jalen Hurts looks good. I think he looks good. I think he looks better than he did last year at this time and the year before at this time. So I'm very happy to see him looking like the guy you want to run this football team. Here's a guy I'm concerned with. Again, I don't know what they're going to do with John Campbell.
That's a good one.
This is a first-round draft pick that is working at third-round draft pick levels. And you're just not – you don't want to give up on the guy because he's a first-round pick and you have him cheap, but when it comes time to pay this guy, he's out. He's gone. Unless he balls out this year and really finds another level to play at, he's got to go.
Well, he won't. But again, let's see how it plays out though, because Brandon Graham started out slow, right?
Yeah.
And he's going into year 2, but he's not gonna go. He's gonna probably finish out his rookie contract in year 2. But to your point, I'm concerned with I just kind of and Fangio kind of hit this in the press conference. What's the big picture? Like what's the plan for Campbell, right? So Fangio said basically he's not gonna basically come off the edge anymore to get after the quarterback.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of his strengths. Like he's real fast, but Fangio's gonna put him a linebacker. He played linebacker at Alabama, and again, he played at Alabama too. So it looks like he's gonna be a linebacker. And Jahad Campbell's just one of those guys, Nick, like we're just gonna have to wait and see until the games start, right? Like he is fast, he's athletic. But again, to your point, they lost Nakobe Dean, and that defense looked different when Nakobe Dean was in there.
Yeah.
And you're gonna need that. You're gonna need production from Jahad Campbell. So I want to see big picture, like where does he fit in? Like what's he gonna look like on defense, and how good is he gonna look when the games start and when they really count for real. Now, I will say to your point though, Nick, and I'm gonna stay on that defensive side of the ball. And I'm going to stay in that same draft class. Jahad Campbell was the first round pick. I'm concerned with your second round pick, and that's your safety, Andrew Bakuba, right? Like,
Right.
Now, he was hurt. He did have a huge pick. He had a big interception in that game against the Chiefs. That really helped you win that big game against the Chiefs on the road. But I don't know. Like, he didn't, again, for a second round pick, he didn't blow me away. He was okay.
Yeah.
He didn't blow me away. And I will say, Nick, you need your defense to play well. And look, like barring something crazy, like we expect Quinyon Mitchell to play well. We expect Cooper DeJean to play well. Lord knows Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter better play well. You just invested a ton of money in them.
Right.
How good is this defense going to be? A lot of that depends on the production of Jahad Campbell and Andrew Bakuba. Like, two guys that are going to really have to step up in year 2 to take your defense to a Super Bowl championship level defense.
Yeah. So I have feelings about Makuba. First, I think he was capable in his rookie season, but I think he was thrown into a situation in a system where the safety position's a little complicated. And not only that, is you had one side of the field locked up with Quinyon, but the other side was markedly not. Right? You were working with an Adoree Jackson for 9 games who stunk. Like, he got better in that last kind of third of the season, but Adoree Jackson stunk. And Keely Ringo would come in and he stunk. And so your safeties kind of paid the price for those guys not being up to par. Now I think you've got this kid out of Seattle, the Rick Woolen from Seattle. He looks like a genuine number 2 behind Quinyon Mitchell. And
they're really excited. They're really excited about him.
Yeah, I'm totally hyped with him. I can't wait to see this secondary be on a different level, because the secondary and your defensive line, they really help each other out. So if your defensive line is killing it, if your defensive interior is putting pressure on the quarterback every play, then your defensive backfield's going to look great, because they're gonna be, picking balls out of the air that are thrown up, haphazardly. They're going to be, locking guys up so that your defensive line get to the QB. I'm really excited about the first third and the last third of our defense. The linebackers, look, I know Nakobe Dean wasn't around a lot this last year. He was hurt a lot. He's a little bit of an injury guy, but you're right. When he's on the field, there's a difference, and I will miss that. So hopefully Campbell can get a little bit of a juice up from a little bit of change of pace, change of scenery in his position, but I don't know. I mean, Zach Baughn's going to have another insane year. He's going to have to play like it's a contract year, because last year wasn't as good as the year before for Baughan, and I'd like to see him earn that money, because he's making a lot of money to be back there.
Yeah, and I think going back to your Jalen Hurts point, I think with the new offensive coordinator, Nick, I think Hurts is rejuvenated and excited, and I hate to say this, and you could tell it to Noah's gonna hate to hear this, but kind of like a new teacher in school, right? Like, so you go back that first month of school and you're like, you know what? Like, I really like this teacher. Like, I really like this teacher.
Yeah.
And so it kind of rejuvenates you, maybe for, the 6th grade instead of the 5th grade or whatever, like, or high school. You really like this teacher, you bond with this teacher. And I think Hurts is rejuvenated with Sean Mannion. I think he's excited. And I'm really, again, like, are they going to score 40, 50 a game in that first and second week? I'm not expecting that. Nothing like that, obviously. But I think Jalen's really excited to learn from Sean Mannion, and we'll see what happens there. And another story that I think is kind of fun, come down to training camp, Nick. Like, rookies have to take Rita's water ice to the veterans as their rookie punishment, and you're there on the shore, nice and hot.
Yeah.
So, what is your favorite Rita's water ice?
Well, first of all, Gary, it's not Rita's water ice. Okay, you got to say it right. It's water ice.
It's water.
Rita's water ice. Favorite flavor, right? Listen. I think a lot of them taste the same. It's all just a bunch of sugar. But I'm like a blue raspberry guy. If I gotta go.
Okay. Noah likes the blue raspberry.
Yeah, see, Noah's right. And Noah's right about new teachers, Gary. You and I remember school very differently. We were never excited for a new teacher. We never wanted to go back. But yeah, the blue raspberry water ice is where it's at. Now, I have seen people go to Rita's and get things like gelato and all these crazy bubble gum flavors. No. You got to pick something normal. We're getting all crazy about our flavors of things. We don't have to get so nuts. Everything, we can pick something normal. We don't all have to be special.
Well, Nick, I personally, I love the Rita's cherry gelati. The cherry gelati. So give me the cherry with the vanilla custard blended in.
Right. Because you want to feel special.
That's my go-to.
Yeah. Because you want to feel special.
That's my go-to. That's my go. No, what's your go-to at Rita? We're going to Rita's. What's Noah going with? Did you hear that, Nick? We got that?
No, we didn't get that. Tell us again, Noah.
Say louder.
Watermelon.
No, Noah wants watermelon.
Oh, I mean, okay. It's a little tame for me, but all right. I mean, yeah, the watermelon's fine.
Really, Nick?
Yeah, the watermelon is tame. It's a tame flavor.
Okay. All right.
I mean, come on. You need some punch, man. If you're going to do it, you got to do it. You can't.
How about
you're going to say chocolate. I know you are. Don't you dare.
Another one I like is the root beer. Give me the root beer.
Gary, stop it. You don't really like root beer.
No, I get root beer.
Oh.
You don't like root beer?
Oh, first of all,
It's terrible.
I like drinking a root beer. You know what I mean? Like, I like a good root beer. So I'm down in Jersey. That Stewart's is out of Jersey. Incredible root beer.
Okay.
Yes. No, I don't want root beer water ice. Ugh.
Okay.
No.
Love the root beer water ice.
God, we could not disagree more.
Give me the cherry gelati.
Of course, Gary wants a cherry gelati. You're such a cherry gelati kind of guy, Gary. Oh my gosh.
Love the cherry gelati. Because I love the vanilla frozen custard.
Yeah. And well, since I'm in Jersey, I'll bring up something here and you let me know what you think of this. I don't even know if you know about it. We have this thing down here that everybody seems to love, and I hate it. And it is called Salt Water Taffy.
Yes.
And I don't get it.
When I was a kid, I liked the saltwater taffy, but now I'm out on the saltwater taffy. Out.
I ordered a sandwich to take on the tiki boat, and they put a little saltwater taffy thing in with the sandwich. I'm like, they're giving it away for free now. It's that bad. It's not as bad as like candy corn, but it's bad.
No, but Nick, you know what I love, Nick? You know what I love?
Oh no.
I love French fries, okay?
Oh, okay.
And what I love more than anything is the Boardwalk Fries.
Sure.
Give me the Boardwalk Fries. Now, if I'm getting the Boardwalk Fries, though, I wonder if you're with me on this.
I am.
If I'm getting the Boardwalk Fries, and I love Boardwalk Fries, give me the salt and vinegar.
Oh,
on the
what?
boardwalk fry. Yes.
Oh,
Give me the salt and vinegar
I
on a
thought-
boardwalk fry.
I thought I was going to agree with you, and I don't. No. You get your
Yes.
boardwalk fries, and you get the melted plastic cheese on them. That's what goes on your boardwalk fries.
Okay. No. What would you get on the fries?
Uh,
You don't know. I thought you'd go get.
Say is that salt and vinegar on boardwalk fries is not the best.
Right? You're like falling out. Like you can't even think straight off of your dad's revelation just there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. We're
Wow.
getting this is too much food talk, man. You make me hungry. Now I got to walk in and get boardwalk fries. All right. So listen, after football, real quick, I want to talk to you about the Phillies because the trade deadline's coming up.
Yes.
So, Gary, I need to know, full stop, are the Phillies going to make a move before the trade deadline?
Yeah, they're going to make a move. They're absolutely going to make a move. I don't think it's everybody's talking about because he's going to move. Where's Skubal going to go? Right, like the pitcher.
Yeah.
I don't think you're. And supposedly they're in the running for him, but at the end of the day, I don't think that's going to happen. And Skubal's the name that everybody's kind of floating around. There's a lot of talk that Skubal, surprise, surprise, could go to the Dodgers, so that's not good because that'd be in the NL. But we'll see. We'll see where it lands. If it is the Phillies, that'd be really something.
Now, Brian
yeah,
still wants Mike Trout here. Where are we? Are the Phillies going to be able to make?
they're gonna. It's possible. I
We
mean,
need a
they are going to make a
big-
move.
You need a big move. Like you have to make a push for a title right now before these guys all go on strike again. You've got to lock up anybody. You got to go get both of those guys. Spend all the money. You need a championship in the city.
Yeah, well, they're not going to get both, and they're not. Like I said, I don't think they're going to get Skubal, and he's going to go. So he's definitely getting traded. For that we know.
Yeah.
Because the Tigers pulled him in his last start. Like he's getting moved. We just don't know where. I would expect it could be Philadelphia. I don't think it is going to be, but he's going to go somewhere big. But Trout's a possibility. But we hear it every year.
Right.
But you know what, Nick? Like, I don't know. Like, the last time LeBron was eligible for free agency, we heard Philadelphia, and LeBron was in Malvern looking at schools and blah blah blah, and then sure enough, now he comes here. So I wouldn't rule Trout out. They're gonna make a move.
Trout
They're gonna make a
chance
move
is
here.
good if it-
I mean, they are gonna make a move. So maybe it is Trout.
I think it is Trout.
Well, I really hope they do something because I can't go another October watching no Phillies baseball because these guys can't
Nick, I'll say
put bats
this.
together.
I'll say this. You can't. I mean, they lost a weekend series to the Marlins.
I know.
You can't lose. You can't lose to the Marlins.
Yeah, and then your franchise players telling you, "Yeah, we need a bat." It's like, "Yeah, man, that's you. You're the guy. Can you hit the ball,
Well,
please?"
Is that Bryce Harper saying we need to just to confirm? Is
Yeah.
that Bryce Harper saying
Bryce
we need a bat?
$330 million man.
Usually, right. But what I'm saying is when Bryce Harper speaks, that front office to me, then I could be a move, and maybe it is for a bat, and maybe it is for Mike Trout. But I can't see Dombrowski sitting on his hands and doing nothing.
Well, I hope that's right. I don't want to. I just the doing something big before the trade deadline adds expectation. It adds excitement, and I think it could really get us through, September and get you into playoff time and really raise the bar a little bit. So I think you need both. I think that they've got to do something about pitching. They have to get a right-handed bat. It's now. It's not now or never. It's now.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. Like I said, I do think they're going to make a move. And again, I know the Dodgers are three-peat. But again, October baseball, like anything could happen in October. You never know. Anything could happen in October. So
Anything can
that's
happen.
what makes
That's
it
true.
exciting. And same thing with the NFL. Like, anything can happen in the postseason. You just want to be in the mix.
Right.
So I expect the move, but I'm not sure how big it's going to be.
All
We'll
right.
see.
Well, I guess we'll wait and see. We were going to talk to Brian about that, but he no-showed us today. He must be a very, very busy man. Listen, our internet connection's getting a little shoddy here, so we're gonna pop off here. Gary, Noah, thanks for stopping in and let me vent to you. And we'll talk to you maybe next week.
Yeah, hey man, go Birds. Enjoy the shore. And Nick, I'm telling you, Boardwalk Fries, salt and vinegar.
No.
It's gonna take you to a whole new level.
It's not gonna happen. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do that to myself.
All right.
I have pride. And I have integrity a little bit, not a lot, but a little. So no. All right, maybe.
Well, we're gonna head to Rita's water ice.
All right. Thanks,
We're
guys.
gonna head to Rita's water ice. Take care.